Alright people, so I want to do a quick little video here on Keith Lee because, he seems to be the newest guy from NXT that they're trying to push. I guess he's been on the main roster now for a few months, and I guess he's got a WWE Championship match. Oh, I'm sorry, I think it's the Universal title match, a retarded ass name for the title, but now it's the Universal title instead of the WWE title because that's too easy to just call it the WWE title. So I watched a few videos here at Keith Lee to just get myself caught up on it. And you may say, well, Ruthless Rancher, you're not watching the product every week. You're not watching every week. Well, I've found out that my gut reaction, that just watching a few clips is probably enough to form an opinion on somebody. And I always compare big guys, whether it's the rise of Braun Strowman or Ryback, whenever they try to build a big guy. Um, I compare it to Brock Lesnar because, in my opinion, Brock Lesnar is what a big guy should be. Like, that's the gold standard of a big tough guy. And in a way, Brock Lesnar had a leg up because he was a legitimate tough guy, right? But even before, his early run in WWE, he wasn't a UFC guy yet. So, but he is the gold standard, and WWE did a great job of making him seem like a legitimate tough guy. Like, he was badass. And a lot of times with big guys like this, saying less is better. And I'm watching Keith Lee's promos, and they don't fit his persona. Um, and I also look at Brock Lesnar too. Like, you look at him like he is a legitimate beast. Just the way he's built. He's what, 300 pounds, but you could see he's got muscles on him. He's got strength to him. And while Keith Lee has strength to him, he looks more like an offensive lineman. He looks more just big, not necessary. I'm sure he is strong, but he just doesn't have the same look as Brock Lesnar. And his promos they just don't fit his character. They don't fit like the big tough guy persona character. It's almost like you're being talked to by a college professor or a motivational speaker. Like, he's very well spoken, but it's just not tough. He's just like talking, and it diminishes from his character, I believe. And this is not the fault of Keith Lee, but it's the fault of WWE non-creative team because they cannot make people look tough in this company. I've really found out over the last 10 or 15 years, and the PG era doesn't help, that it's very hard for them to make people look tough, look badass. And again, that has to do a little bit with the PG era, but it has to also do a little bit with the creative team. People like Brock Lesnar, they were legitimate badasses. Keith Lee does not appear like that to me. Like, he's just another guy, almost. Um, and it's just nobody's tough anymore. People are fucking dancing around, goofing around. They had that weird fetish like 10 years ago where everybody was a dancer. They had Fandango and people like Brodus Clay, a 425-pound person, dancing around like an idiot. They had A-Train, Lord Tensai dancing around. Like, they went through that period, and I felt like that mindset is kind of carried over to today, and has really reigned throughout the whole PG era where nobody looks tough. Everybody's just going out there cutting lame-ass promos saying, I'm going to kick your butt. And nobody's anywhere near where Brock Lesnar was. I thought they did a good job with Braun Strowman for the start, but I saw him slowly fall off, and now he's just another guy on the wheel. And same thing with Keith Lee. I think he has he's obviously strong. He's obviously has some good moves in his moveset, but I think his character really lacks that badass feel that you felt from Brock Lesnar, people. So there you go. There's my thoughts on Keith Lee.